Hi, I'm Nathan, and you're in for another hot, spicy episode of Nathan vs. Video Games. So last time, I reviewed a little game called Chubby Cherub. You know, the first third-party game to be released in the United States on the Nintendo. Yeah, we remember that one, right? That was fun, great game, went really well.
Not okay. Fine. Sucks hard.
Ah, good memories. Just taken and plucked from my memory and put onto YouTube. But that's all done now, so now I need to review something else. So where am I gonna find another NES game to review? Hey! 3D World Runner.
Yeah, 3D World Runner, a pretty dang good 3D NES platformer.
What, you thought I just reviewed crappy games? Who do I look like, the angry video game nerd?
No one man should have all that power.
But you didn't come here to see me talk. You came here to see some games. And to hear me talk over those games. Let's do this!
Ah, you jerk. Say I don't know nothing about video games. Can't put NES in the Super Nintendo. What do you know? I know how to put games in. You just slide it in here. Wait a minute. Yeah, like that. Perfect. Let's just turn the PlayStation on and there we go. And up she loads, 3D World Runner, or the 3D Battles of World Runner? That's not what it says on the cover, guys. Well, alright, sure. I guess it does follow the trend of early NES games not matching their actual titles.
That reminds me of another game. You may have heard of it. Gyromite? Yeah, the game Gyromite, where on the cover it says Gyromite.
Yeah, but then you shove it into your Sega Genesis and flip the switch and... What? What is this? This is... Gyromite, or Robot Gyro, aside, let's get back to 3D World Runner. There's something on this title screen that those into gaming might recognize. Is it this? No. No. Who's even directing this camera? Yes, right there. There. See, Acclaim published this. Wait, no, that's not it either. What am I looking for here? I know it's... Oh, there! Right there. Wait, that's what? What? Square published this game? Square. As in these guys? And these guys? These guys? This too? And this and... Ah! Yai! Now, for those of you who don't know who Squaresoft is, let me give you the very brief crash course. These guys are famous for releasing some of the best RPGs of all time, like Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 3, you got Chrono Trigger, always a great game, and Mario RPG. What's this doing under? Oh, yeah, I guess they technically did do this one too, but let's just put it over here by itself. But it seems that in addition to making some great RPGs, Square also made this, 3D World Runner. So in its simplest form, 3D World Runner is in fact a platformer. But in 3D! No, seriously, you can actually play the game in 3D, though I don't know why you'd want to, because it just makes the game a whole lot harder. There's basically only two major rules in the 3D World Running guidebook: jump over holes and dodge enemies. That's primarily the entire game, as pits are your most dangerous foe. At the end of each level, you reach a sort of space dragon thing, and our runner turns into a 3D World Flyer, and the game turns into a knockoff of Space Harrier. Hey, yeah, green guy, yeah, you, hey. Why is it that when we were running through the level, you fell off pits like the train at the end of Back to the Future 3, but now that we're at the end, you can just float over everything? That would have been really useful about here, or maybe here, you know? Just saying. You know what time it is? Well, I think it's time for
Nathan's totally random and absolutely not useless video game knowledge of power, prestige, and intrigue. Sucker!
Did you know that Nobu Uematsu wrote the music for this game? Yeah, the same guy that wrote this. also wrote this. Hey, I wonder if you can mix and match them. Yeah, I'm gonna say no on that one. You know what else? He also wrote the music for Rad Racer, another NES Square game that featured 3D effects. Coincidence? Yeah, it probably was. But it doesn't just have good music and pretty graphics, 3D World Runner plays great. The controls are smooth as butter. You can change your speed and height mid-jump, you can alter your trajectory anytime to make sure you don't die. Though, to be completely honest, I don't know why they bothered having me hold up the entire time to run faster. I mean, you could have just had him run. It's in the name of the game. The game also does well at teaching you progressively. The first level is basically simple jumps and easy enemies. The second one ramps it up with these weird hand things. And then you get to the third level, which is impossible. Okay, it's not actually impossible, but my friend in college seriously thought this was the end of the game because no one had beaten it. You have to jump on these frogs mid-flight, and it's hard. Another bizarre thing is how you get power-ups. You actually collect them by ramming your body into these poles. Now, that makes literally no sense because you're supposed to avoid obstacles, but whatever, we'll take it. There's all sorts of power-ups available too. You can get Potion, which will let you take 2 hits, a Rocket, which lets you shoot, and a Mushroom that makes you big. Okay? Sure. Yeah, it's not like everybody at this point has played Mario and is accustomed to mushrooms helping them, not killing them. I guess technically this could be considered more accurate. You wouldn't want to eat random mushrooms you just found that popped out of a pole. All these complaints aside, 3D World Runner is a blast to play. It only has 9 worlds in it, but they're so difficult you might never see the last one. I am ashamed to admit that I've never beaten level 6. Are y'all ready? Because it looks like it's time for another one of
Nathan's totally random and absolutely not useless.
I'm not doing this again. And I already mentioned that Nobu Uematsu wrote the music for this game, but what's also crazy is that it was directed by Hironobu Sakaguchi. That's the guy who did that other game series we talked about. You know, that little gnome one called Final Fantasy? So to clarify, they did these games. No, they did not do this game. They did do this game, but not this crappy one. We don't like that one. We like this one.
So is 3D World Runner worth picking up? You bet your frozen microwave burritos it is. I found this copy at a local game store for only $3. Yeah, $3 for 3D World Runner. That's like $1 for every D of fun.
All that aside, 3D World Runner is a reasonably well-designed and unique spin on the platformer, especially for the NES era. While you could argue it does borrow quite a bit from Space Harrier, the fact that it's more a platformer than a shooter probably helps save it for me. Not to mention that music, it's so catchy.
So yeah, as far as NES games go and as Square's first release in North America, I'd say 3D World Runner's a winner. So I'd say you should run, not walk, to your local game store and get a copy. Do you get it? Run? 'Cause it's called 3D World Runner.